I literally just sat down to film this and she just sprinted in here from the other room. I swear she gets like a second wind. Ooh. Huh? Oh. Are you staying or are you going? Widow. If it's Beetlejuice, is it like if I say your name 3 times? Hey guys, welcome to Fragrance Friday and thank you for joining me. And of course, Miss Willow, who has got her sassy on already. So today I'm actually going to sit down and I'm going to go through, probably going to have to do more than one part of my fragrance collection of all the blind buy purchases that I have made for the year of 2020. Oh, I gotta tell you what's on my lips and my nails. My nails are so chipped up now because I've been at work. But it is from Essie and it is Smokin' Hot, which I have worn quite often lately. So there's that. And on my lips, I of course have 3 things. Why not? So I have Annabelle, which is a Canadian makeup line. This is Annabelle Lip Liner in Natural Rose. Then I have MAC. Their lipstick in Craving, which is an amplified color. So a little bit more like a berry color. Anyway, and then we have Buxom full-on lip gloss in Rose Julep. So that is what is on my lips today. So today I'm going to show you in this part what I purchased online as a complete blind buy. I've never smelt it, just basically by watching other reviewers that I do watch. This is how I kind of come to think of like, oh, I would love that. I would like that, you know, all that kind of thing. And then I'm going to start off this video actually with the 2 purchases I most recently made. The only 2 purchases that I've made in 2020 from Costco. They're both 50 milliliter bottles. And they're both found at Costco. Some Costco still have their fragrances, mine does. It just, something screamed to me, told me I should go over to the fragrance, and I don't really go through there because it was the same old stuff I always saw coming across my till as I work at Costco, by the way. Anyway, I decided to go there one day, and first of all, I picked up Dolce & Gabbana's Garden. And with a name like Garden, you'd think it was more floral. Now, a lot of, like Lisa is a Leo, someone I follow here on Instagram. She is also a fellow Canadian. She says she gets a little bit more rose from this. I actually get more of a buttery coconut. So it's a really nice fragrance and I can't wait to, I'm going to wear it all year round, but I really can't wait to wear this as my like evening fragrance for the summertime. So these were all $64.99 at Costco Canadian. So I think American's probably like $48, $45 USD. So keep that in mind when I tell you what the next item is. Tom Ford's Black Orchid 50 ml. I could not believe my eyes. Like I said, I work at Costco. I see fragrances come across my till all the time. Nobody had a Tom Ford, and for some reason that particular day, the day I went and bought both of these at the same time, I was like, oh, let's look at the bottom. So I encourage you, if you have a Costco, look at the bottom. Don't go at the eye level like everybody else does. Go in the places where people aren't going to generally see. $64.99 Canadian. Tom Ford's Black Orchid. Oh my god. So let's start off with the very first fragrance I ever purchased online, and I was super nervous because it was new to me and at the beginning of COVID. So I was like watching a lot of videos. I'm like, oh, I see everyone talking about online purchases from discount sites, which I always have down below. So anyway, long short of it is, this is Jimmy Choo, the original. It's strong. It's definitely something I've been waiting to smell and put on for the cold winter months. I honestly believe this is a unisex scent because it definitely can pull. It's very heavy and heady. So Jimmy Choo was the very first fragrance I purchased online. So that's that one. And we'll just continue on in no particular order, of course. Not that long ago, I picked up both of these at the same time. Probably the best online order I ever made this year. So they're both Mandala Paris. One is Roses Vanille and one is Velvet Vanilla. And these 2 are just gorgeous, delicious. This is potent. 1 spray is all you need. Technically, they're both very potent. This one is like, I could see myself getting a headache if I overspray this one. But this Velvet Vanilla one is the tuberose. It's a very bubblegum tuberose, but vanilla, and it's very lovely. Totally different twist and take on an actual vanilla itself than I'm used to. So that's Mandala Paris. I was looking online and I was like, well, this is interesting. I've never heard of this brand. No one's talked about it, and Halloween's coming up. Let's do this. This is from the brand Halloween, and this is the scent Shot. And It's probably one of my most unique fragrances. And I wore it around Halloween. I don't know if you guys, yeah, you can sort of tell. I've made a little dent, not too much, but because I wore it strictly like in October actually. It's got pineapple and hazelnuts and all sorts of crazy concoctions in here, but it smells great. Doesn't last the longest. But you know what? For Halloween, I was like, yeah. Terry Mugler. This is Au Coursier 2020, I believe, the 2020 edition. And I've heard so many people talk about this particular line. I have smelled Angel on its own. I have smelled the original, well, not the original Alien, the reformulated Alien that you can smell in stores. I smelled that. Just two, neither one of them really, I really liked, but a lot of people really talked about this. So this has got a lot of mango in it. It's super fruity. There's definitely still a patchouli at the very, very back. It is on the base note, but the fruity mango of this is absolutely delicious, and I love this so much. I did pick this up towards the end of summer, so I am actually looking forward to really diving into this for the summer months. One that was so popular when I first started watching YouTube reviews, I want to say around March, April. So popular I had to get it. I'm glad I got it. So this is a Limpea by Paco Rabanne, and this is a very salty vanilla. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, it's so good. And I can tell you right now, this lasts on my clothes for a very long time. My skin, I wouldn't say it lasts that long, but on my clothes I can smell it the next day. Limpea by Paco Rabanne. I think I have a newer one because the lid is different. I'm not sure. They got a couple different lids choices, but very good. Salted caramel. It's really yummy, but it's a good musk. Got a little bit of amber in it. Really great for those summer evening nights or anytime really. And you guys know that I've had the one fragrance. When I traveled across country, I went to the Atelier Cologne and purchased a travel size spray of the, what is it? The Vanille Incense, I think is how you say it. Anyway, I picked up this travel here, this travel, what is it? Perfume Stories. Hashtag 7 perfumes for 7 moments. And I thought this was such a fun way. They have different hashtags for like what they consider for different moments in life. And Vanille Incense is the green one here right there. And I love these, and this particular brand is great because it's unisex. Even the vanilla itself is not leaning more female over male. There is definitely, I will say, some heavier vetiver cedar type scents towards the bottom that I'd say definitely more masculine. Good catch. I think that happened in my original video too. Anyway, so this is definitely great. Try them out, see what you like. I definitely found some favorites. I definitely found some that I would never touch with the 10-foot pole in here, but really happy I picked that up. So that again is Atelier Cologne, Parfume Stories. This is not very expensive. So on to Comptois Pacifique. I have 3 more of these. These are the 3 more. I started off with the one I came across the continent. I moved from Vancouver Island, BC, that's British Columbia, Canada. And Nelson and I drove all the way. We did like a really great 12-day tour into the States, coming back up and settling our roots in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. But while we were gone, it was the middle of August. We were in the States, we're doing all the parks. It was super hot out. And that particular fragrance I chose for that trip was from this brand, and that was the Vanille Cocoa. So because I loved that one so much, I went for the other 3 that I have here in my hand. So we have the Vanille Blackberry, Vanille Apricot, and Vanille Banane. Now my second favorite is the Vanille Apricot. Third favorite is the banana, and then we got the black. Only downfall with these ones, I will say, that they don't last a super long time. I do find that the Vanilla Cocoa is the best because that's what all 3 of these to me end up settling into. So I would definitely repurchase a full bottle. I'm debating whether repurchasing a full bottle of the Apricot Vanille, because that is my second favorite, but we'll see. To a huge disappointment, if you saw one of my videos most recently, Serge Luton en Bois Vanille. This is a very raved about fragrance. I know so many reviewers who love it. I watched a lot, again, like I mentioned earlier, I watched a lot of reviewers and I'm like, oh, that sounds amazing. But the way this one was described to me was like the best vanilla. It was like in everyone's best vanilla category. And when you watch their best vanillas, I'm watching some big YouTubers in fragrance, and no one mentioned to me about, not to me, I think it personally, like it's all about me. nobody mentioned that there was a beeswax note in this, and I would never have picked it up if there's bees. For some reason, beeswax note in scent reminds me of the red coated jelly beans and the red coated Smarties. There's a bitterness to it that they taste. This is what I get in scent. So I don't know. It's like I know those are a dye, and this is not a dye per se. It is an actual note. I'm trying to love it. That beeswax just really clings on to me. I was really wishing that would kind of dissipate and I would get all this vanilla, because I know that this is a great vanilla fragrance. It does have a great vanilla, but I can't get past that beeswax. It almost smells plasticky to me, like what I just described in those treats from earlier. But yeah, total disappointment for me. Very expensive. I would not. I don't know. There's a couple other ones I'm curious about. I think I should, it's one of those things I got to get one of those sample sets and try, because there is a couple that the one that smells like gingerbread that I want to try in the future. My favorite beloved Aqua Allegoria Coconut Fizz by Guerlain. And my friend Colin, when I had him sniff a bunch of my fragrances over the summer, he thought, he was blindfolded mind you, and he thought this smelled like pumpkin. I was like, I'm so offended. Colin. No, this is so fun. Unfortunately, with the Aqua Allegoria line from Guerlain, they don't last very long. So you do end up using quite a bit. Like you can just keep spraying and spraying. But this is just absolutely smashing. Love the scent. The bottle is absolutely adorable. But the scent itself is absolutely amazing. And I just find it so refreshing, especially in the heat. I now live in a very humid climate. So this is absolutely delicious and I loved it. So let's go on to KALE. So the first one I bought, you guys know, I bought this during Sephora's VIB in the spring. This is KALE's Vanilla 28. And you guys can see I've made, considering how many fragrances I have, I made quite the dent in this. The juice in this is absolutely delicious. It's vanilla fragrances tend to get nice and caramelly looking. I love it. The atomizer on both these fragrances from KALE is amazing. It's still to this day my favorite. Did you hear that? I don't know if you can see it. First of all, the smell, but I don't know if you could hear that or see that. It has a really nice even blast of beautiful perfume flying in the air. I'm tasting it right now and I'm not offended at all. But I also, because I really enjoyed that, the next one I want to get all of them, to be quite frank with you. KALE's Elixir 11. Now they do have a set right now where all but one is included in a set, because the newest one was just released recently. This is absolutely amazing on its own. It's like a rose and red apple, red delicious apple and a beautiful dewy red rose. Pair these up together though, holy cow, it's amazing. So I will put this on and then I'll put this one right on top right away. This one does project the longest for me. Sorry, the lasting power on this one is the longest for me. So yeah, I really do enjoy KALE. It will not be the last two purchases, I know for certain, because I could wear this 24/7 if I could. I would absolutely repurchase this in the largest bottle that they sell. These are just the small ones, not just, they are the smaller ones, but I would definitely repurchase. I don't know if you can see, I'm only down to here on this one here because it's the newest one. So KALE fragrances are amazing. Check them out. I'm not going to talk about this too much. You guys already know how much I love this. This is Nishane's Ani. This is my #1 fragrance in my entire collection. One spray will do you for hours. This is also a fragrance that is amazing for both men and women alike. Of course, the chemistry on everybody who wears this can change this ever so slightly, but personally, this is my absolute favorite. I just don't want to dwell on this because you guys already know I made a whole video. I've talked about this so much. I don't want to bore you guys, but most expensive fragrance in my collection, my favorite fragrance in my collection of fragrances in general, I get definitely the cardamom, the green notes, a little bit of ginger, but the vanilla is the winner of this whole entire fragrance for me. And I just really love what it represents of no boundaries and no borders. So I really, really do like that. So again, that's Nishane's Ani. And the last category before we split this up and go do part 2 are ZARA fragrances. Now I have Arlene Delicious Delights to thank for all the purchases I've made from ZARA. Watching her videos, She, you know, got me hooked. Basically, there's a few more I want to try. There's an apple juice. There's a few different things I want to try. Let's see what we got in my hand right here. Let's see. Okay, so from this particular line, I don't know what the line itself was called, but I have cardamom, which is gender neutral, it says, and vanilla, which is French elegance. I love cardamom, as I just said. It's a note from my Nichane. I love cardamom in fragrance. It kind of reminds me of a bit of a chai, and I thought, ooh, if they'll be good on their own and they'll be good mixed together. I will tell you right now, vanilla doesn't give me any love at all compared to so many inexpensive and expensive perfumes. This vanilla is not strong, and I barely smell it. I smell it for, it's like, it ends up being a skin scent within like about 5-10 minutes. The cardamom does last a little bit longer. These fragrances are from ZARA. They're very inexpensive in Canadian dollars. This big bottle with their 100 mils each, like $30 or $26 or something. So I'm a little disappointed with the vanilla. I just wanted more. I'm hoping maybe it just needs maturity, some mature time. Sorry if you guys can hear the wind outside. We're supposed to get snow. But the cardamom is really lovely, and I have mixed them together. I definitely get the cardamom pulling out before the vanilla. And the last two items I want to share with you again, which this is exactly why I went on to ZARA and what I was watching Arlene from Delicious Delights talk about, these two right here. One is a sweet pastry in Paris, and the other one is a mochi atelier. These are delicious, delightful, delectable. I want to eat my arm, my neck. This one here in particular, the sweet pastry in Paris, smells like a lemon meringue pie, minus the crust note. It's the meringue, it's a lemon custard, it's amazing, and you can see even the color. It's nice, like little yellow, just slightly tinted yellow. Love this one. Highly recommend it if you like a citrus bakery gourmand scent, because it is definitely a gourmand, but it definitely is citrus because it is a lemon scent. And Mochi Atelier, I've yet to have an actual mochi, which is a dessert, but if it's half as good as it smells, oh man. Oh, so good. I just really, I find this one to be actually, when it settles on my body, where the vanilla actually creams up and gets very gourmand like most fragrances do on my body. This one gets just a little bit deeper on me. So the Mochi Atelier in Tokyo, it's just a little deeper, a little more nighttime kind of thing, but you can wear it whenever. And again, these are so inexpensive, you guys. So that wraps up part 1. So stay tuned for part 2, and we'll definitely be diving into designer and drugstore brands, of which I never got to smell, so they'd be blind buys as well, but that I purchased in the drugstore as well. All right, you guys, as always, be safe, take care, and have fun. Bye, guys.